Imran Khan, the former Wakefield Conservative MP who was found guilty earlier this year of inappropriately touching a teenager, more commonly known as sexual assault of a 15-year-old, more commonly known as child molesting, more commonly known as standard practice for MPs, allegedly, has lost an appeal of his sentence and conviction. During the trial at Southwark Crown Court in May this year, the jury heard that Khan forced a 15-year-old boy to drink gin and tonic at a party before he dragged the teenager upstairs, pushed him onto a bed and asked him to watch pornography before the attack. The victim, now aged 29, said that Khan touched his feet and legs and Khan came within a hair's breadth of his privates as he tried to sleep in a top bunk bed. He ran to his parents and a police report was made at the time, but no further action was taken because he did not want to make a formal complaint. However, he told the court it all came flooding back when Khan stood as a Conservative in the December 2019 general election. He said he was not taken very seriously when he made the allegation to the Conservative Party press office days before Khan was elected as MP for Wakefield. However, even after not being taken seriously initially, Khan was eventually found guilty by jury after 5 hours of deliberations. Khan continues to maintain his innocence and his appeal was heard in November. Khan's lawyers argued that the case was weak and the conviction was unsafe because of a bad character witness who gave evidence, who was a man who alleged that Khan had also assaulted him in Pakistan in 2010. Now, if that was the case, then the appeal should have been solely and completely about the conviction as a wrongful conviction, which would nullify any sentence he was given. But oddly enough, the sentence was appealed against too, with Khan's lawyers arguing that the sentence had been too long and he should have been given a suspended sentence rather than 18 months that he was slapped with. Now, this is interesting to me, as if he was innocent, that even a suspended sentence would have been too much, and so throwing that into the mix, that he should have been given a suspended sentence for an offence he claims he didn't commit, would also have been too severe. So asking for a suspended sentence for an offence you refute doesn't sound like the kind of an appeal an innocent man would be taking. However, thankfully, Mr Justice Sweeney, Dame Victoria Sharp and Mr Justice Linden weren't having any of it and dismissed the kiddie-fiddling former MP's appeal. The judges said that the trial judge was plainly entitled to conclude that the prosecution case in relation to the victim's complaint was not weak. Indeed, in our view, the case was far from weak, adding that against that overall background, we have no doubt that the appellant's trial was fair and that his conviction was safe. Mr Justice Sweeney said, in our view, on the particular facts of this case, he, the trial judge, was entitled to reach the conclusion that custody was necessary in all the circumstances. Khan's buddy, Reigate MP Crispin Blunt, who hasn't really hidden the fact he is a pedo sympathiser, was at the hearing in November and had previously called Khan's conviction a serious miscarriage of justice and claimed that Khan did not get a fair trial, although he quickly removed the post on his website and Twitter, replacing them with, "I do not condone any form of abuse and I strongly believe in the independence and integrity of the justice system." Crispin Blunt was the chairman of an all-party parliamentary group on LGBT issues but quickly resigned after his comments. Passing sentence in May, Mr Justice Jeremy Baker said, "The only regret you feel is towards yourself for having found yourself in the predicament you face as a result of your actions some 14 years ago. Although it may well be over the years you had let yourself believe that you had got away with having committed this offence, I'm sure you were aware from the outset that there was a risk there would be a day of reckoning." The judge said that Khan had displayed a significant degree of brutality in the lead up to the assault as he dragged his victim upstairs and threw him on the bed. Khan said he was trying to be kind and helpful, but the boy became upset and bolted when the topic of pornography was raised. Because porn is the kindest and most helpful thing you can bring up with a 15-year-old boy before trying to touch their wiener, isn't it, Khan, you predatory piece of shit? All I can say is, in this case, Khan was jailed for 18 months in May, so he has something like another maybe 3 months before he's likely to be released on licence for the remainder of his sentence. But I am glad there are some judges who have taken a correct approach and not been swayed by Khan's previous political status. Although that's pretty fucked these days, they have stood firm and a predatory pedo remains where they belong. Although not for long enough in my opinion.